Hello everyone, it's Lee here at Gnome and Backyard. And you know what? I have had so many requests to do a quick kitty video, a quick gnome kitty video for you because everyone has loved, they've absolutely loved the puppy gnome video that we did. I think that took maybe 10, 11 minutes. And I've had a lot of people asking, could I please do a quick kitty gnome video? So here we go. This is actually one that I already made, and I did do it on my friend's page, The Crafty Decorator. But I'm going to, again, like I said, do a real quick one here for you today, and hopefully it'll turn out just as sweet. So what I like to use for the kitty cat, I actually take these iced tea bottles, I recycle them, and I cut them down. So for the puppy dog, if you remember, we used a yogurt container. You know, what better things could you do with your recyclables than make gnomes out of them, you guys? Come on. So all I did was take this plastic iced tea container and I did cut it down. And yes, it cuts with scissors or a knife. Be very careful though, because the plastic is sharp, so be very careful. And as you can see, I cut it about in half actually of where the bottle is, okay? So next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take some faux fur, and I decided I'm gonna try and make a black kitty cat today. We'll see how he turns out. And all you're gonna do to measure your fur, because you may choose to use something else as your body, as your container. It might be a different size, so I cannot give you exact measurements. A lot of people from the puppy video were using pool noodles as their bodies, and hey, that's great. I love it when you guys are creative. This is what I choose to use because I like the big opening on top. So all I'm gonna do is place it down on my fabric and measure about 2 inches above where the plastic container is. And remember, when you want to cut your fur, you always want to cut it on this flat side. You always cut it on the flat side. Do not cut it on the furry side. Cut it on the flat side. Always have something underneath, and always use a straight blade to cut your fur. If you try and cut your fur with scissors, you'll get jagged edges. Your fur won't come out nice and fluffy, and we all want our fur to be nice and fluffy. So let's see. Right about here. And if you just press on your blade, it usually cuts right through the fur without a problem, and then you can just pull it apart. And yes, the fur is flying here, but you know what? It wouldn't be fun if the fur wasn't flying. Say that 5 times fast. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we are just gonna run some hot glue along the bottom of our fur. And actually you can really just zigzag your glue back and forth like I'm doing for where your container is going to go, because you're gonna actually roll your container onto your fur. So I'm just pushing down, and now I am just rolling it right along till I get to the end. I have a little excess here, so I'm going to take my blade and cut off just a little bit of it. And that's good because I could probably use this excess piece for maybe my ears. Let me put a little bit more hot glue on. You want to use a lot of hot glue because you really want your fur to stick well to whatever container you choose. And then if you just sort of squeeze it, and you can feel the heat from the hot glue coming through the fur, but you won't get burned. But if you just sort of squeeze it and really sort of mold it and push it on there, you basically, when you're done, can't even see where the 2 seams meet. So, whew, the fur is flying. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, if you want to weight your kitty cat or your puppy dog down, you can put some stones in here, you can put some rice in here. I don't weigh mine down because, I mean, he's really not falling over. He's not going anywhere. But if you want to, you can, but you don't have to. Next thing we're going to do is we are actually just going to tuck all of this fur right inside the top of our container. You don't even have to glue it because we're actually going to attach our ears on. So I'm just tucking it in there. And as you can see, I mean, I just tucked this one in and it's not going anywhere. You're not pulling it out. It's not going anywhere. So just tuck the top 2 inches of your fur into your container. Oh, he's so cute already. Okay, every kitty cat needs a tail. So what I like to use for the tails are these curlers from the Dollar Tree. I believe you get 6 in a pack. This is the thinner one. There is a little bit wider one. You can use either one. I just like the thinner one better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure how long it is. I'm going to cut my fur again. And see how nice that pulls apart? And then I'm going to measure how much I need to just roll the curler up with the fur. And again, there's no exact measurements, you guys. This is just, you know, whatever size roller you use, whatever size curler you use. So this should work for my tail. And now I am just going to put some hot glue. Actually, I think I need a little bit more right here on my fur, back and forth, quite a bit of hot glue. And we are going to just roll up this. I knew that was going to happen. Roll up this curler. Be careful with your hot glue, guys. And again, if you just squeeze it, that's not going anywhere. And you won't even be able to find the seam for it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's move on to the ears. So for the ears for this kitty, I did not have any black felt at home. I have some gray felt. It's really a dark charcoal, so I thought, well, we'll try that. We'll see how it looks. Every kitty is unique. So all I did was cut 2 triangles. They are a little curved on the sides. If you want your ears, this little kitty's ears are pointier. You know, again, it's your preference. So all I'm gonna do, and this is about 2 inches. About 2 inches to give yourself some wiggle room. I'm just going to run a bead of hot glue across the bottom of the triangle and then pinch it together. Because I think we're going to try and maybe put a little bit of black fur in there. So I'm just pinching that together. Let's see, we'll do the same thing to the other one. A little bit of hot glue right across the bottom. And again, the fur, the fur is going to be flying for this project, but you know what? That's okay. And I'm just pinching it on the bottom. Now you could put pink, maybe a little bit of pink felt would look cute inside there. But I'm actually going to just take another little piece. I'm going to cut another little piece of my fur and see how that might look in the center of his ears. Like I said, this is actually only, well, this is the 3rd kitty that I'm making. I'm used to making the puppy dogs, and then I've had so many requests for, could I do a video for a kitty cat, that I said sure. We aims to please here at Gnome and Backyard. We aims to please so much we even got dressed up for the occasion. Okay, let me cut these down just a little bit. All right, we're gonna try this. So I just have a little piece of black fur here, and I am going to hot glue it inside my kitty's ear. I think that'll look cute. And actually we could probably take the scissors, and if it's a little too long, we can cut it with the scissors. You just don't ever want to cut your entire piece of fur, especially when you're making your beards with scissors, because then you don't want it to be jagged. So I don't know, some kitties have ears with crazy fur like this. We'll just give it a little trim. Now at Gnome and Backyard, we have two puppies. We have two dogs, Rocket and Daisy. You may have seen them on some of our videos. So they are the dogs of Gnome and Backyard. We don't have any kitties here, but I did have kitty cats growing up. So I'm sure Grandma Jean could tell you a story or two about our kitties growing up. White fur might have even looked really cute inside this little ear, but I didn't have any white fur with me today either. Okay, so you can, if you feel around, you can feel where the seam is, so just make sure your seam is in the back. All right, and now we are just gonna put some hot glue right here at the base of our ear, and then we are gonna just tuck it right inside the fur that is on top. So there's the back of our kitty. And what's really nice about this is, like, really you can't make a mistake, because you could just fluff your fur around to cover anything that you think might be a mistake, but really there's really no mistake in this. You know, your kitty cat can look big and fluffy. He could look a little bit more compact. He could have bigger ears, smaller ears. There's really no wrong to any of this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I know the dark color is really hard to see, you guys, but he's gonna be cute once we put a little button nose on him and give him a tail. Okay, for this kitty's button nose, what I am going to use is one of these half round head plugs, and you get 40 in a pack for about $3.50. These are really cute. On this kitty, I left it the natural wood color because I like the way that went with his tan fur, his multicolored tan fur. But on our black kitty, we could do the wood button. That would look cute. But I want to try, I painted one of them pink. I just used chalk paint because I had it lying around. You could use acrylic paint, but I had this really pastel pink chalk paint, and I did paint one of the buttons a really light pink, if you could see the difference there. And I think the pink, because of the black, will stand out really cute with his nose. Now, everybody on the last video was asking me, where did you get your whiskers? So I tried fishing line, and that worked okay, but it was so thin and you really couldn't see it good. It was really thin. So I thought, okay, what do I have around the house? And this is what I came up with. Honest to goodness. I took my broom and I cut off some bristles on the bottom of my broom for my kitty cat's whiskers. And you know what, guys? It worked. I'm gonna take 3 of them. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Would you rather be sweeping the floor right now or making a kitty cat gnome? So all I did was cut 3 of the bristles off. I'm gonna get rid of the nasty end because I have had this broom for quite a long time. And now I'm just gonna hot glue these to the back of my wood button. So you might have something else around the house that you want to use for whiskers. This just happened to work out very well for me. They're like a gray color. They're really cute. They're a gray color. Okay, so we have my 3 whiskers glued on, and now these actually bend. So I am just going to bend them a little bit. The one on top I'm going to bend up a little. The one on the bottom will bend down just a little. And now we have, if you could see it too good there, we have kitty cat whiskers. So guys, you might have something else completely different that you can use at home. I don't advise going into the store with your scissors and cutting the bristles off just to grab a few. No, I know you would never do that. Okay, let's see. Oh, he's so cute. All right, we're just gonna hot glue his nose and whiskers right to the front of him. If you guys have watched any of my other gnome videos, you know as soon as I put the nose on my gnome, I have to chuckle because it's just not a gnome until you put the nose on it. And he looks so adorable with his little nose and whiskers added. And I'm just bending them a little bit more so that you guys can see them. Okay, how cute is he? He looks absolutely adorable. And again, the fur is flying. You can comb it down. You can blow on it and puff it up. You can make your kitty cat look however you want him to look, but oh my goodness, how sweet is that? Last but not least, we're gonna add our tail. And all I am doing, I'm gonna just put a little bit of hot glue right here on the end and pinching it closed so that we don't see that green hair curler that's in there. And then I am actually just gonna take and put quite a bit of hot glue right here on the back of my tail, part my fur a little bit here in the back. And then once it's really secure on there, dried nice and secure on there, you can bend your tail in different directions. That's what's so sweet about this. Because of that curler, it allows you to be able to bend your kitty's tail in different directions. I don't want to bend his tail quite yet. I really want to push down. But if you notice when it's done, I'll show you this little guy. When it's dry, you can't even see where that tail is connected. Okay, his tail is secure now. Look how adorable he turned out. And like I said, you could bend his tail up, you could bend it down, you could bend it forward. If he's sitting on the table and you want his tail to sort of snake around the front of him, you could do that. But oh my goodness, you guys, how sweet is he? Aw. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick kitty video, and I hope you're able to continue to sprinkle it to all your friends and family and the cat lovers out there that you know. And I do want to thank everybody for continuing to support Gnome and Backyard. We really appreciate it, and we are just having so much fun here. All right, everybody, have a fabulous day.